Okay, so welcome to Minions of the Zoo. Joining me is Jen T. Maxi. Say hello, Jen.
Hello.
And also Tier Alexander. Go away, Tier.
Kick tier. Yeah, tell what it is.
How are you going, Jen?
I'm well. Nothing of great excitement up here, except for I'm still making jokes with the English about taking Mark back. So I told them that we stole their rain, and they can get it back when they take him back.
Isn't he Irish or some other shit?
He worked in Ireland, and then he worked for their finance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, that's two pools in the UK. And I'm like, I know we used to be a colony, but we're not a colony anymore. We're settlers. We have been, and we settled. I mean, I should hope it shouldn't. I don't even mean to bring the U.S. into it. Like that one time we engaged with burning down the White House. That was like a half and half. Like that was citizenry that was, it was from England, but yeah, we were all from fucking England. Or like Scotland.
That was in the past. Like America should get over that shit.
Oh, they did. You repainted it. It looks good. And in all honesty, your citizenry could like take us over with like nothing, And, but it's we can't do that with England.
Opinionated Scotsman is saying Ireland isn't in the UK. I believe Northern Ireland is, but regular Ireland isn't, if I remember correctly. But I might have that the other way around. But yeah, I'm pretty sure
that is what I'm talking about, though. When I say Ireland, I do mean North Ireland.
Okay.
I know the South Ireland would be really horrified with me, but like, listen, I'm simplifying because I assume you know that, and that's what matters.
Yeah. But no, because Opinionated Scotsman is Scottish.
Opinionated.
I can understand why he might take a bit of issue with conflating the two parts of Ireland there.
But again, he needs to go back where the fuck he came from.
He is. He's still in Scotland.
Yes. And
no, not him. I'm talking about your prime minister, Jim.
Oh yes, absolutely, yes, 100%. Yeah.
Cleveland wants to know. AAA. I don't know who that is. Says summer camp doesn't exist where I am. Is that true? I've never been to a summer camp. There might be some somewhere, but no, I've not been to them.
I think that's the alcohol. The AAA. It's Sinatra, Polydub, and Drunken Uncle. Their stream.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, what the hell do they know about Australia?
No. Yeah, I was right.
They probably get from far. To be fair.
Yeah.
And I could see Far just making shit up.
And Opinionated Scotsman.
No, I think I think there probably are some camps somewhere in Australia.
Not to put words in Far's mouth. She seems really nice. She does.
Yeah. well, technically, Tara, you wouldn't have summer camps. You would have winter camps because it'd be winter for us.
No, we would have summer camps just at the other side of the year. We'd have them towards Christmas. If we were to have summer camps, they would be from December to February instead of whenever you foolish Northern Hemispherians have your summer.
Northern Hemispherians, wow.
And hello to Johnny Hellcat in chat. And Australia had COVID camps. Yes, we did. Fortunately, I did not ever go to one. I managed to conceal my unvaccinated status well enough that I was not pulled off into a COVID camp. But yes, we did have those. And so Mr. says, Hammer is on vacation. Well, for all my joking that he betrayed us and is living life high and large in his hospital bed, no, I don't think it's fair to call this a vacation. He's in hospital at the moment. So yeah, hopefully he'll get better, but not really fair to call it a vacation, despite my jokes.
I mean,
not the best vacation food at the hospital.
No,
he better get better because if he doesn't, Terry's going to go to Pennsylvania and make him better.
Yes. If he dies, I'm going to fly to Pennsylvania and kill him.
Now I have to actually take over the show and actually be a streamer instead of just a guest.
Well, I mean,
Bullshit.
yeah. Can you imagine? That sounds horrible. Who would watch that? Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm so desperate that I've even got black people joining the stream.
I know, I'm terrified.
That's how bad things are if you leave me in charge. So yeah, not a good idea. Hammer needs to get better for everyone's sake.
Yes. He's leaving. He's letting the darkie on the stream. You shouldn't do that. Can't trust him.
Yeah.
I guess we should do some actual talking in the talking show.
No, fuck that. No, but one thing that I did find interesting was the stop killing games thing. Apparently, that's the guy who's been running that for like 10 years is like about to just give up. He's been campaigning for games to not be able to brick their games. So you know, like how games have like online servers and then they just turn the servers off and then fuck you, you can't play the game anymore.
Yeah.
He's been campaigning for like 10 years to try and stop that. Like, but he's having a lot of trouble getting people to sign on to support his petition. So he did a video a couple of days ago, and yeah, it's interesting.
Well, see, the problem with it is I believe in the UK, they came up with a law that like you just can't turn off the server. You know, if someone say, I think it was the Crew 2, where they just, because it was selling poorly, they just turned off the server. So all the Crew 2 players couldn't use their game, a product they bought, and they couldn't play. Problem. Yeah,
it's no, that actually happened to me as well. Not with the Crew because I don't play that, but with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I own that game. I bought it, but because it was designed to work on Games for Windows Live, and Games for Windows Live has not existed for a very long time. If I launch that game, it just crashes. It just gives me an error message and dies.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, I can patch it. Like there is obviously a fan patch that makes it bypass the Games for Windows Live check, but the fact that I'm taking credit for it. Until I posted on Twitter saying this is bullshit, then the next day it was taken off the Steam store. So obviously they saw my tweet.
DRM itself is fucking bullshit. If my computer if the net in my house goes out, I can't play a game that should technically be offline anyway.
Yeah. No, I think it depends. Like, obviously, some games need to be online.
Multiplayer, yes.
Yeah. But for example, Hitman, like that game, you need to be online to play it. And it's a single player game. And like that's just retarded.
Do you remember back in the day, Max Firaxis had SimCity, their last one officially? And that one had egregious DRM for a single player game.
Yeah. It's like I understand that they want to stop piracy, and I'm even okay with some measures to protect against piracy, but insisting that a single player game maintain a constant internet connection to their server is just stupid. That's too far.
Yes, that really is too far. That really they bridge too far for no apparent reason.
Yeah. And it's like Ross, the guy running the Stop Killing Games thing, says, like, you bought the game under the presumption that you would have access to it indefinitely. Like, that's what buying something means.
I kind of want to ask the guy: has he ever turned on his cable and then realized how many TV stations have died? Like they're dead, they're empty boxes, in a building in Hollywood. When something dies, if nothing's supporting it.
Well, to be fair, Dan, when you buy cable, you're buying the entire additional suite of TV shows.
Well, no, but also he makes the point.
Stations.
He makes the point that when you do something like that, you know that you're buying access to it for a fixed period of time. It's like $100 for a year. I'm making numbers up. I don't know what it actually costs.
Mm-hmm.
But you pay that $100, you know you only have access to that cable for a year. And so after that year, if they turn it off, then you still got your money's worth because you knew upfront that's what you were paying for. If they said you can buy HBO and then they just turned it off and said, fuck you, we're keeping the money, that's more akin to what Ross is complaining about. So
Yeah.
I bought Hitman, but if they decide, fuck you, we're turning the servers off, I can no longer play Hitman. And I've basically been stolen from, is his point.
Well, the reason I went with the other analogy was because, like,
You're missing.
Yeah, I used to play WoW. You know, even when I started playing WoW, it was like, no, I couldn't imagine them ever turning off the servers. But at the same time, yeah, I could. Like, if you're thinking like 30, 40 years into the future that they're going to keep playing the same game, even though there's only like 100 people playing it. No.
Yeah.
Like, again, World of Warcraft, I mean, I've never played it, but to my knowledge, that's also you pay by the month. So,
well, it's free to play too.
Oh, okay. But like, if it's free, then like you're not being robbed if they take something that that you didn't even pay for. If they take that away, then it's not really stealing. But like if you said, you know, here's $15, I will have access to World of Warcraft for 31 days, and then at the end of the 31 days, they say, actually, yeah, we're not making enough money from this. We're turning off the server. Well, you still got your $31, 31 days for your $15. So I don't have a problem with that.
Well, if that's the case, if they say within that 31 days, they decide day 15, we're done, we're not doing it anymore, and they turn it off, I want to be prorated and refunded, you know,
Yes.
At least half of that.
Oh yeah. If they turn it off part way through your subscription, you absolutely should get a refund. No questions asked.
Like that part I don't disagree with. Like, and I do understand it's unfair. Like, I'm not saying any of this to be harsh. It's not meant to be harsh. It's more of just like it is money to uphold things. That's just the reality of everything that's old that we really love. And I mean that as somebody who loves history, period.
No, the guy's not saying that the developers need to support the game forever. They're just saying that they shouldn't have the right to turn off. They shouldn't have the ability to deny you access to something you paid for. And to address Misfit, I don't think World of Warcraft is shutting down. I don't know.
Oh no.
We're talking specifically about Ross Scott and his Stop Killing Games campaign, where he wants game preservation to be taken a lot more seriously. And he doesn't want publishers to be able to deny customers access to things that they've purchased. And
I just used WoW because it's been used as an example a few times before with this kind of stuff. And
so World of Warcraft decided we can't afford to support this game anymore. There's 3 people playing it. It's costing us more than it's worth. We're gonna stop. They don't have to keep supporting it, but they, under his idea, they would have to enable players to make their own servers and continue playing, basically.
Shit, I'm all for I'm all for emulate. Like, I don't think you should. If you're no longer supporting a game, it should be emulated. I think if say Nintendo, the shit with Nintendo and their hatred for emulation. If you're no longer supporting the game, if the game is no longer produced, if the game is ancient as fuck, then you should open it up to emulation.
Oh,
I agree with that too.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. That is actually why, at least in my opinion, Nintendo has made sure that they've got the old games available on the Switch. So if you want to play Donkey Kong Country 2 or Super Mario World or whatever, you can go to the Super Nintendo app on the Switch. Like, you need to pay to access it. But that way, there is a legal way for you to play these old games, so that the standard argument against, in favor of emulation no longer applies. You can't say, well, there's no legal way to play Donkey Kong Country 2. Yes, there is. Buy a Switch. Sign up to Nintendo Fancy, whatever they call their premium service. And then you will be able to legally play So then they're trying to take the teeth out of that argument, is my guess.
Again, so at least as far as American copyright goes, it's 50 years plus the death of the IP holder.
Yeah, and Shigeru Miyamoto is still alive, as far as I'm aware.
Well, I would counter that with for gaming. It should be at least 3 console generations behind.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest. I have zero problem with you emulating the Super Nintendo, even though there are legal alternatives on the Switch. I still don't give a fuck. If you want to emulate the Nintendo 64, the GameCube, these are not current systems. As much as Nintendo is, providing legal alternatives, I still don't care. Like if you want to emulate a GameCube, knock yourself out. No one is really suffering.
Yeah, I agree. No one. Nintendo isn't losing sales because you're no longer buying the GameCube game.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with like the PlayStation 2. If you want to emulate a PlayStation 2, have at it. Like Sony is on the PlayStation 5 now. I don't think they care about PlayStation 2 sales.
And I'm pretty sure if they cared about remaking PlayStation 2 games, they'd have done it already.
Yeah. So no, I have absolutely no problems with emulation. I tend to be even more generous than Tier. I would say 1 console generation. If it's the previous console generation, then emulate it. I don't care. I don't like if it's current gen, then don't. Obviously, they're still making money off that. But if someone wants to emulate a PlayStation 4, well, they've got the PlayStation 5 that they're making money off now. I don't care if people want to emulate a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, like no sales. We're not taking away from PlayStation 5 sales by emulating PlayStation 4 games. And even then, you have no intention of supporting these games. You have no intention of updating the IPs.
Yeah, put it this way: if I was against emulation, then I wouldn't play Fightcade against Adam and you every week. Like,
true.
Obviously, I'm not against emulation.
True. Like it angers me. By emulating, you're drumming up more sales, and you could remake some of these old classics. They
did actually. Like that. That's why when the Capcom Fighting Collection came out, I bought it because it's like awesome. This is a legal way,
of getting these old classics.
Yeah, a way to support Capcom bringing back these games, which I do want. I do want Capcom versus SNK 2 to reach a wider audience, and if there's a version on Steam that they don't have to fuck around with Fightcade and JSON files and dicking around, then more people are going to play Capcom versus SNK 2, and I think that's a good thing. It's an excellent game. More people should play it.
I would suggest the big companies actually support that because it gives them at least an alternative for some of their games anyway. Because
the smart ones.
Well, because a lot of the new launches for some of their games, it's going to be a hit and miss for a while on whether or not they sell. Like that's just the whole the cold truth that they're not willing to embrace is that they can't force people to buy shit.
Yo, 60.
And I just mean that across the board. That's what customer service actually means when they say the customer's always right. They're talking about what people are buying.
Yeah, I mean that the thing I like is that that's not the full quote. Like everyone gets that wrong and says the customer is always right. No,
in the matter of taste.
Right in matters of taste. Yeah, you can't go to a supermarket and say, yeah, I bought this car from a dodgy dealer. I demand that you take it
refund
back.
Me.
Well, no, obviously you're the customer, but you're wrong in that scenario. But in matters of taste, then yes, the customer.
Well, again, look at most of the games that have come out in the last 10 years. A lot of shit, a metric ton of shit. Now we've had some great games. Don't get me wrong, but we've had far more shit than we've had gold.
Well, I mean, to me, any game made by a major publisher, I just immediately dismiss as it's probably going to be garbage. So, the only recent games that I've played have been indie titles. Oh, and I suppose technically, Yakuza Infinite Wealth is only a few years old, but even that's woke as fuck. And I was complaining about that. on Twitter. So yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff coming out of the major publishers.
It is, but if you go back to some of these older games, I've been playing a game called Valkyrie Profile, Lenneth, for PS1.
Okay.
Female lead, like a lot of female characters, but they aren't woke. Like they're warrior women who recognize that our strength is because we're damn near godlike.
Yes.
And they're all equally powerful males. There is no woman trying to outdo the men by saying, "Oh, I'm better than you," because now you got female gods saying, like, "Shut the fuck up, mortal."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kiss my ass, mortal, and do the fuck I say. But there's no actual sexism in there, and if it is sexism, it's part of the storyline. It's organic to the game.
I think they've actually done a great disservice because of the way things have been handled. If a game comes out with a female lead, even if it's not for political reasons, people will assume that it is.
Yeah,
it is. So, it's the same with any new person of color in any genre.
Yeah,
exactly. Unless it's a new IP, people.
Well, even then, like even then, true. People will say, "Oh, of course you picked a black woman. Of course you did." But like, there could have been completely non-political, story-based reasons why the protagonist is a black woman. But in 2025, everyone is going to go, "Oh, of course, fucking hell, there's no escape, is there?"
It's what they did to the game, like the oversaturation of woke identity and shit like that.
I'm saying this is a joke for you, Tier, but if they did a remake of the latest Queen movie, it's not just that he's from India. You know what? His great grandfather was also Jamaican.
his great grandfather was also Jamaican, and he's at Freddie Mercury. Even though we have pictures of him, is dark as fucking sin.
Yeah. And just to address Rotten Corpse, Yakuza was made work because of localization. Yeah, that's obviously what happened. Because if you look at the actual gameplay, that's still perfectly fine. The only thing that sucks is the translation or localization of the story, where there's actually a bit where one of the guys tells the main character, "That was pretty sexist. Even if you're just talking to us guys, you shouldn't be saying things like that." It's like,
that's why most translations now are being handled by AI. Mm-hmm. You localize this. All right, it's an old anime called Ghost Stories. The creators, the creators that had no faith in that, so they just let the localizers do what the fuck ever, and it made it good. But you have other things like Dragon Ball, the latest Dragon Ball Z fighting game that came out, I think Sparking Zero or whatever, where Trunks goes, "No cap." Trunks wouldn't say that. God. Like that's a localizer thing trying to modernize them.
They actually had that in Yakuza where they're going, "Looking pretty swole there." And I was like, ugh.
Really?
Yeah. So one of the people I've been following lately on the YouTube by the name of Metatron, the last week he's gotten into this kick of looking up videos on YouTube of recordings of people from the past and how far back you can go to get an accent from the past. And if you look into like the 1920s, they have interviews with people who were born in the 1829s. And so when you listen to them talk, you realize that it's not just that they're speaking from the 1800s, they're also speaking from the 1700s. So you get a bit of an accent from somebody who's actually almost 200 years older than what we are currently.
Yeah.
You can find that stuff. And the thing with our technology, and yes, there are parts of AI that I think the kinks, they're still there, so I'm not giving it a free pass yet. AI does have an ability to clean some things up when it comes to old media.
Yeah.
So like when I see stuff like that, they can look it up.
See, I mean, we've had this discussion before, but I'm a lot more pro AI than Jen is. I think if you can be replaced by an AI, you should be.
If you can't do your job, if you can't do your job and a fucking computer can do it better than you can, you should be replaced. I agree.
Yeah. No. And so all these people saying it's putting artists out of work. Yeah, bad artists. The good artists are going to outperform the AI.
And they're still going to get work.
They'll get more work because, the people who actually want something good will only have the few good options available. They won't be competing against all the mediocre people.
Shit, think about it this way, Ty. If AI can craft, when the AI does the storyline, it does the most basic shit. It does not understand nuance.
Yeah.
And if you're a writer, say a TV writer, and the AI can do your job better, clearly you don't understand how to fucking do nuance, and your shit is fucking trash.
Yeah. And my main use of AI has been to ask Grok in the game Smash Up, including all factions, what is a good partner for, and then just whatever. And then what it does is it scrapes Reddit, finds all the threads, and then gives me. It's like, this AI has just spared me the horrors of reading Reddit. I'm forever in favor of AI just for that.
I thought I spared you the horrors of reading fucking Reddit. I'm hurt.
The spreadsheet you gave me. See, I didn't have to read Reddit to get that spreadsheet. You did all the horrific stuff and just gave me the spreadsheet. You're like, yes, perfect. That's all I want.
So I'm better than the AI. Thank you. I can't be replaced.
See, I just have another prediction for the AI. Like it's not that I'm totally anti it. It, like I said, it's really about the little tweaking they got to do to make sure that they're not stealing from people. Like don't actually fucking steal from people. But in all honesty, what I got from people like Tectone and Asmongold and Mr. Beast, based off of his like, we're gonna make an AI so you can just make your Photoshop pictures for your videos and shit. All of them design their thumbnails to look like shit in the first place. So you're just gonna have AI creating shit.
Yeah, but like
shit. This what the movies playing on my avatar right now are all done in AI. Like by Midjourney.
Like my thing is, if the AI art is shit, then like they would have not pay. Like if you want shit art, why would you have to pay someone if you can get shit art for free?
And like, I'm fine with that. You know what? Because my theory now is like, okay, well, if that's going to be the case, then as an artist, okay, don't rip people off.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the reason people are going to AI is literally because people are ripping people off. That's always been an issue. But if you know your art is worth something,
I think
then they're still going to go and buy it from you. The AI ain't going to replace that.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to be harder for artists to become successful because there's going to be a minimum baseline they have to outperform before anyone's even going to consider like commissioning them for work. So you have to be better than the AI before anyone will even look at you.
That's already possible. There are people who actually make a job out of taking AI and then fixing it so it's better.
Yeah. No, I've got no problem with that. I'm just saying that if you want to become an artist in today's world, AI sets the minimum baseline for how good you have to be to actually succeed. It's like if you can't outperform the AI, then you can't make it as a professional artist.
And as somebody who used to look into how hard it used to be a Disney artist, that's how it should be when it comes to making art that gets you money in entertainment.
Yes.
Because it was 5 schools across North America, Terry. Less than 100 students could get in, and not every year you did. That didn't mean you got a job,
right?
That does not mean you got a job.
And because I can imagine the claims of hypocrisy. If there is an AI streamer that you find more entertaining than this show, you should 100% watch that instead. I stand by.
I agree. I agree. If you're more entertained by an AI streamer, then go right ahead.
Absolutely.
If the random bot chan can make you happy, and go watch bot chan, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm never gonna say, oh my god, the AI put me out of a hobby. It's like no, it's like I'm gonna keep streaming regardless if people watch or not. It's just like I'm hanging out with my friends. That's the whole point of it for me.
I'm
That's the
only,
same with me.
I'm only going to play one devil's advocate, and it's just because I do understand there's a little bit of a world where people are like, well, you should be shut out because you're not mentally capable of handling the world. But I think that some AI should have at least something that lets you know that this is what it is, because there are some people who can't differentiate. Like,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to point at the boomers because it's not simply boomers. Some boomers are capable of handling themselves, and literally there's people who can't tell the difference between the two.
Mhm.
And it's honestly to save your own ass. To save your own ass, make sure that there's something on there that makes it clear, so that if you had to present it in front of a judge,
No, I think that there should be like restrictions on using real people. So
Yes.
if you want, like, not that I know what certain people online look, but if you say I want an AI of the 1-ton hammer swinging a hammer like Thor, you should not be able to do that based on his in real life physical appearance unless he has consented to have his his likeness available on the AI. So I don't think you should be able to do stuff like that. But if it's just completely fictional, I don't care.
like, I actually thought it was really nice that William Shatner sent Scribe a Shat GT.
So Chat GT.
He did delete it though. He deleted that tweet.
Yeah, because it had a link on it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the link was dodgy. Maybe he realized that he shouldn't be promoting. Like, I don't know, because obviously I never spoke to him, but I did see the retweet, and then I saw that it was quickly deleted. I'm like, I'm a bit suspicious of this link now.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't the real Shatner. Maybe it was somebody posing.
No. It was definitely the real Shatner. But was it a link that he should be sharing? Was it like, it could just be something that installs a Trojan on your computer and also says things like William Shatner does. I just, as soon as I saw him delete the tweet, like, yeah, I'm not going to click that link. I don't trust it.
I mean, I wouldn't have anyway because it wasn't gifted to me.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I get what you're saying too. Like, I mean, there is a good chance that, like, without knowing it's his account.
Yes. No, I do think it was good of him to like help Scribe, even if he realized it was a bad link or why ever it is that he happened to delete it. Just the fact that he was willing to do that for a fan, I think that's very, very nice of him.
I also, that's a part of his character. Like, he's not afraid to have fun with himself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he saw a lot of the Fortnite images of Darth Vader running around saying horrible shit. And I'm sure he laughed. Like,
Of course. I mean, most people did. Six is saying Eric Idle still has me blocked. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I can't imagine any scenario where he will unblock me because Eric Idle does not know who I am. He probably didn't like my tweet, blocked me on an impulse, and forgot my name half a second after he clicked the link. So yes, I have no expectation of ever being unblocked by Eric Idle. I'm kind of okay with it. I think it's funny.
I think the only person I just got blocked by some douche nozzle because I told him if the kids of if the adults of fucking Gaza and Palestine really wanted to help those kids, they did not have fucking started a war.
Yeah. Keith is saying she has fun with herself all the time. Well, I mean, 99% of my time is spent alone. So yes, I also have fun on my own almost all of the time.
I made a mistake like twice last year getting involved in a turf war where I kind of sided with them because it was about the bathroom argument. So I'm pretty sure I'm blocked by two people who were like, "Oh, you're anti-trans." And I'm like, "No."
I only support the first half of the TERF acronym. If you want to be trans exclusionary, I'm on board. If you want to be a radical feminist,
no, go away.
Go away. just
that's where I'm at.
You'll have my support.
I consider them to be part of the problem, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not on board with that. But like some of it, I agree with. That just I'm a human being. I can agree with some things.
Yeah. No, like I agree with J.K. Rowling when she's talking about trans issues because That's the TE part, the part that I agree with. When she does her other radical feminism nonsense, yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with that shit. No.
She's not even cruel about it. She's not. She's just being like flat out, I'm sorry, there's just some things that we can't change about each other, and you can't have everything in life. There's just some times where you're going to have to make other arrangements. It's not meant to be harsh. It's just reality.
Yeah.
But see, the problem with these that group is they can't live in reality. Reality to them is a poison.
The whole ideology is on denying reality.
Mm-hmm.
But Rotten Corpse in chat says he's found that he's blocked by people he's never interacted with. Oh yeah, like apart from Eric Idle, I think everyone that's blocked me is someone that I've never spoken to in my life. Like never tweeted about. What's that?
Block lists or blockchains, or you subscribe to this thing and they message blocks the shit.
I was blocked by Will Wheaton. I never once interacted with him. I didn't say shut up, Wesley. I never sent him a single message on any subject, and he still blocked me.
I wonder if I'm blocked by Will Wheaton. I don't know.
You won't be because he deleted his account and moved to Blue Sky.
Oh well. Nope, he's there.
He came back, did he?
Yeah. Wait, no longer act. He said this account is no longer active if there's a blue check here. I'm nothing to do with it. Elon's the garbage human being. Yup.
Yeah.
And I'm blocked by Will.
You are?
Okay. Yeah.
And Keep It M says Steve Shives. If you're not blocked by Steve Shives, are you even on Twitter?
You're not a real person if you're not blocked by Shives. Like really, being blocked by Shives is a rite of passage.
Yeah, so I'm blocked by Steve Shives. I have actually interacted with Steve Shives, but not on Twitter. That's why I said what I said, because I did type a comment in one of his YouTube videos, and he even replied to me in the next video. But I have not interacted with him on Twitter because he blocked me before I was able to. Oh yeah, Rottenkopf says he's blocked by a woman that constantly argues with Monkey. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I don't remember the crazy bitch's name, but yeah, I checked and she blocked me too.
Look, I put it to you like this: if my arguments can't stand up to basic scrutiny, then my arguments need to improve, or I need to get informed. Blocking you isn't going to change the fact that I'm wrong, or
exactly.
Shit, blocking me doesn't change the fact that you're wrong either. Like, look, buck up, Buttercup, and give better arguments.
Yes. Rottenkopf is saying that no idea if I'm blocked by Shive since there's parody accounts of him. You probably are. Let's be real. You probably are.
I don't argue with crazy people. You have no. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I'm not blocked by Steve Shives.
Okay. Well, that's because you're never on Twitter. You don't count. And Six is not blocked by Steve either. Well, then there's something wrong with you, Six.
Hold on. Now, to be fair, I don't think Steve blocks Mexicans. All right. He's part of that group, so him blocking a Mexican, even if they disagree with him, that's unthinkable.
But yeah, I think if you followed Bering or Sargon back in the day, in like 2016, you were auto blocked by Shives. He just that was one of the things he said his block bot to do was if they're following Bering or Sargon, auto block, no questions asked.
Again, half of the issue is the discourse between the right and the left. Like I said, every time you hear an opinion that differs from you instantly block it.
It's true that I followed everyone, but I never really engaged like this. Like I didn't start doing the YouTube stuff until a little bit with Minions, but it was more to do with Satsu and his gaming channel than necessarily Minions. Okay. And then I started doing a little bit of politics with Blind Girl, but that wasn't until well past the Steve Shive stuff. I just followed Bearing because I thought the whole lot of them were a bunch. The way they behave is the stalker behavior that we are all kind of fatigued from nowadays. Yeah, but light in
Yeah.
comparison.
Yeah, I mean, my general opinion is if I was never going to talk to you anyway, what the hell do I care if you block me?
Yeah.
like Will Wheaton blocking me has no effect on my life because I was never going to talk to him anyway.
And if you were going to talk to him, what were you going to say? Dude, your texts are shit.
Yeah, I have nothing to say to like the crazy bitch that argues with Monkey. Like, I don't even remember her name. I'm not going to go messaging her about anything. Like, if she wants to block me, fair enough. Like,
I've never thought to let somebody that I don't like live in my head. Like maybe in the moment I might be a little bit angry, and for maybe an hour afterwards I might be a little bit grumpy. But like once I've moved on to the next thing to preoccupy my mind with, I've forgotten about you.
Yes,
You no longer exist.
I have two rules when it comes to that side of Twitter. If it's an ad, this is before Ray started successfully blocking Twitter ads. If you advertise on Twitter, I'm blocking you. And if you're a blue check mark that engagement bait, I'm muting you. That's it. That's my block and mute list.
I also have this thing where like I don't need Twitter every day. Like I know it's partially because I'm not, and I don't hate it, Terry. It's just not as entertaining. You know, like there's just other sites that are more entertaining to me. But when I go on, I'm like, yeah, I'm instantly seeing all the antagonistic stuff. I failed with my algorithm. I need to find more cat people or something. But I go on and I'm like, these people like spend so much of their time letting people spend time in their heads that I'm like, I'd rather just argue with you, say something stupid for a minute, and then leave for a week or two. And then when I come back, it's usually so I can see what's going on with people I give a shit about. And if you're still there, I'm laughing harder because like
I just ignore the retards. Like I remember
I'll point laugh.
I remember there was one time I was talking about, was it Kirsha? And someone was saying that she was discount. No, that's right. It was Smugglana was discount Kirsha. That's right, because V made a comment in one of his videos that instead of calling her Smugglana, he called her discount Kirsha, and he like upset all her fans in his chat. And my comment was that she's not really discount Kirsha. She's more like Asmon Girl. And
Asmon Girl.
look, she is. If you look at the topics that they cover, there's a lot of overlap. That's why I subscribed to Smugglana in the first place. But some retard replied to me saying, well, that's really only a sideways move. Asmongold might be less bigoted than Kirsha is, but he's like, and they're like complaining, like, yeah, okay. And like, I wasn't talking to you. I don't care what your opinion is. So instead of arguing with him, it's just like, all right, well, I'll ignore him and he'll go away. And he did.
It's kind of like that with notifications. Like I get way more notifications from YouTube because I use YouTube more often than anything else. But with Twitter, I don't like. I know I get DMs and stuff, but it doesn't crop up as like a notification, so I don't see them until I go back onto Twitter.
Yeah.
And Discord, if I don't necessarily know you, I don't necessarily talk to you back right away. Like I know you on Discord, but like.
But no, my system for Twitter is I follow like 1,000 accounts, but there's also people that I want to make sure I see it when they actually tweet. So, like obviously, a tweet from Frosted is more important than a tweet from Ben Shapiro. Like I don't care what Ben Shapiro has to say to the same extent that I care what Frosted is tweeting about. So I have notifications set up for the people I care about and tier.
Gee, thanks.
So the people that I actually want to make sure I see their tweets, I have notifications set up. And the people that I'm just following because sometimes they say something interesting or controversial.
Or the odd chuckle.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, if I'm Like I followed everyone. Like I was following Richard Spencer, not because I'm a white nationalist, but because he was a controversial figure. And it's like, well, let's see what he's got to say for himself. Maybe he's being misquoted. Maybe he's being misrepresented. In when he was the center of attention. Let's see what he's actually saying. And like he's retarded. So there you go. They were right.
I mean, again, he's an ass, but he didn't deserve to be punched. He didn't deserve to be punched.
No, of course not. I don't think anyone deserves to be punched in the face unless they're initiating violence themselves.
Yes. But that was a bitch move. That's it's a bitch move. You roll up and you just fucking punch somebody.
No, that's assault.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it. I don't know what happened to the guy who punched him, but hopefully he was arrested because
he should have been
straight up battery. That's like there is no situation where that's not illegal.
It's one of those things in my head where I'm automatically like, if you need to defend yourself, hit them harder. You know, like I'm not meaning to be vengeance or anything. It is like, you need to get away. You hit them hard enough that you can get the fuck away.
No. If you punch me and I'm going to punch back, and I'm gonna claim self-defense because you assaulted me,
Which is true. That is, yeah.
And like I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think that it needs to be like proportional. I don't think there should be like he punched me, so I only get to punch him. Like, no. I think if someone is attacking you, you get enough self-defense to remove yourself from the situation. If that means knocking the guy the fuck out, even though he only hit you once, do what you need to do to make sure you're safe.
The way I look at it is there's just truth of the facts. Like, say I had to defend myself from a guy the size of a Dylan Mulvaney. Yeah, I'm calling it out. If he slapped me in the face, he could break my jaw.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah. I mean, I probably draw the line at killing someone unless your life is plausibly endangered. Like, I don't think Richard Spencer should have been able to shoot the guy that punched him in the face. I think that would be an overreaction. No. He should absolutely be able to punch the guy back.
No, but when the bitch at the riot that they were all at who hit him with a bottle and he punched her back. I don't know if this is the same guy. I think it's a different guy. I agreed with him because she hit him with a bottle. Like he was defending himself. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's absolutely fine to defend yourself. And tall person in chat has said that as of January 23rd, 2017, no one has been arrested in relation to the assault on Richard Spencer, and that the man who punched Jason Kessler, who was another white nationalist in Charlottesville, was fined $1 after being convicted of a misdemeanor assault. So clearly, the law is being upheld evenly and fairly, like you would hope.
Do you remember? Was it fucking Moldy Locks?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think that's the woman I'm talking about, the one who got punched.
yeah, the one that was smacking people with the bike lock, and she got decked and she got floored. Like she ran up and she got dropped like a fucking dirty sack of taters. You put yourself in those situations. You start a fight and you assume that the rules of engagement still fucking apply. Oh, I'm a woman. You shouldn't hit me. Nope.
It's not
equality, bitch.
It's not just that, and I shouldn't have to take this from Asman because I don't know that he's a genius or anything. But asking for people to have compassion for you after you were about to hit them with a bottle or hit them with a brick or hit them with anything.
Like, I think Asman himself would admit that he's no genius, but he is right on a lot of things.
He's right there. He is. Like that. You can't sit there and ask me for compassion for you when you had none. You had none to the point where you were willing to take force. And I do think they have a lack of they either have a lack of understanding that a brick or a bottle could actually seriously hurt a person, or they're just willfully ignorant, which is actually fucking evil.
Yeah. No, I think like you hit someone with a bottle, you hit the right part of their head, you can kill them. So I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean.
it's not messing around.
Multi-jackettators. Thank you, Six.
And yeah, no, I think if someone attacks you, you absolutely have a right to self-defense, and I think you should be allowed to incapacitate the person to facilitate your escape from the situation. I think killing them is over the line, but knocking them out so you can get away from them is absolutely fine.
Since we're on the subject of self-defense and killing, the Carmelo Anthony has been indicted for first-degree murder.
Yes, good.
They have videotape. They have the video of him, and there was no confrontation, no attacking on Metcalf's part. Mm-hmm. He just went off and stabbed him.
Yes. I fortunately I have not seen the video, but I've been made aware that is what the video is about.
No one's seen the video, like only like the media and like the grand jury, I'm pretty sure, has seen the video, and that's because it's still considered evidence. So it makes sense that it's being kept under lock and key. You know,
Kiva Dam is bringing up her boyfriend Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that was self-defense. He would just they had guns.
Yeah. They were putting his life in direct threat with lethal firearms. Like, yes, absolutely fine for him to shoot into self-defense there.
Shit, one guy tried to smack him with the trucks of a fucking skateboard.
Yes, absolutely fine for him to defend himself.
And he didn't kill him though. He dodged that shit, but.
And she says her boyfriend is a streamer on here. Well, it's not me, and I definitionally can't be Jen. So how long have you been going out with Kevin?
This is the fifth I've heard about it. I didn't know that. Wow. Videotape really it's the 90s again. A recording. But it's just like not grainy footage, but it's like a football field away. You can clearly see that it's Metcalf and Anthony. You like can't really directly see them, but you can clearly tell like he didn't engage him and attack him or anything. So he wasn't justified in defending himself, and he just hauled off and stabbed him. That's again, I'm hearing that secondhand.
And
wow, Terry.
Kay says her friend is more invested in Rittenhouse than she is. From what I've seen, that's true. I know the friend she's referring to. She's very, very, very pro Rittenhouse, to the point that her Twitter bio actually says that if you are against Rittenhouse, just don't follow me. Go unfollow me if you already are. And like, her friend is very, very, very pro Rittenhouse.
Well, he was played dirty by the media. Like, in all honesty, he was. And and everybody who was upset about it, they were only upset because he wasn't a Democrat. If he was a Democrat, they wouldn't have given a shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, the media is not exactly subtle when it comes to being biased.
It's just how it is. Like,
like
they don't have compassion if they might be a Republican. We don't even know if he was. I don't even think he was.
The problem with the media is they believe they control reality.
That's true, but they don't actually do that.
Well, at one point, let's be honest, before the invention of the cell phone and handheld camcorders, they did control reality. What they said essentially became true. If the media told you that, Reagan said, I'm going to eat babies and piss on grandmas.
Yes.
You can't dispute it because, again, you're only getting the source secondhand, and what they say go. Like, we have no proof of this. But now, if they say, oh, Trump said this, well, we can go to the actual fucking video and look at it. No, he didn't.
We can just go to this Truth Social and see the full recording. Like, oh, it doesn't look like he said that to me.
You know, shit. Joe Rogan and the ivermectin shit, where they made him look like he's about to fucking, like he was 8 seconds from death, and you see the actual video footage of him, and it's not the same.
Like they do that with Trump. They always make him far more orange than he actually is when they put his picture in media.
Do you remember? Well, you probably don't remember this, neither one of you, but Biden gave a State of the Union address, and there were blood red curtains. And
I remember that. I remember that.
And they manipulated the color saturation midstream or mid footage to turn it purple instead of red.
Yeah.
And people called them out for it.
I don't
remember the video.
I don't remember the bit where they turned it purple, but I do remember the blood red and the criticisms of that was all over Twitter.
I believe they turned it like a purplish, like toward the middle of it when they realized.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I didn't see that part of the story, so that's like new information for me. But I can fully believe that that's something they would do.
Background speech. Was it here? Yeah, like they angled it where he wasn't. It was a purplish color on the side.
Oh,
like, it was fucked up.
Yeah, okay.
Like so they kept the red background, but they angled it so its face it's pointing to the purple.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And Scotsman says, "I swear they made Obama look blacker than he is." I'm almost certain that they did.
Yeah.
Just because we covered this, black the color, not black the culture.
It's okay, I understand. But that shit is fucking sick. But again, at one point they controlled the meat. They controlled in a sense they controlled reality.
No, they didn't control reality. They controlled the perception of reality, which is almost as good.
Yeah. They controlled the flow of information.
Yes. Obviously they couldn't actually change reality, but they could change the way people saw reality, which is close enough that it's not that different. And yes, hi, Cryptic.
And this last again, at least for the Americans, I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, Starbuck or Jen, but it showed that the media is less influential, and celebrities in general. Like again, all that spin. Oh well, Trump's trying to do this, and Biden's economy is fucking amazing. We're in this epic boom. Like don't believe your lying eyes.
Well, not to toot our own horns, and no, we're not fucking journalists, but that's kind of the thing about shows like ours, is because we're able to talk to people from completely different places in the world. Like, yeah, Canada and the US are similar because we're partners and stuff, but we're very different. And then Terry is from a completely different area of the world, and sometimes we absolutely have people from the UK in our chat. And I know I'm being lazy, Scotty. I'm sorry. I know you're from Scotland and people are from England and some people from South and North Ireland. But the fact that we can do that, like the amount of times I could talk to somebody from Russia if I wanted to, or somebody from Japan, and because you can exchange dialogue with each other. Well, I remember when there was an earthquake in your neck of the woods, Terry, and I was mad because the media didn't say anything. I learned about that through the internet, and I was like, it wasn't a big one, and that's fine. But I shouldn't have to find out that way, And
realistically, Australia is not important, so I can understand why American and Canadian media didn't really think it was worth reporting on. Like, who cares about Australia? If you're not in Australia, what do you care about it?
I know I'm bringing this back to Biden and shit, but I'm sorry about that. When the media was telling, Biden's great, like he's the best out of the world, loves him, but you go to an Italian TV show where they're making fun of him.
Yes, exactly. But on that note, we have just about hit our time limit. So
did you put the poll up?
There's no poll.
Oh.
Basically because I would have to log in as minions, and I don't care about messing about with all that. But yes, the music that's being played is obviously going to be Inagata Davida by Iron Butterfly. So just imagine that that's playing as we say goodbye. So yes, thank you for joining us, everyone in chat. Thank you for saving this stream from being me awkwardly trying to make conversation with Jen by being the blabbermouth that we rely on. Thank you to everyone. Now go away. I want to go eat.
Have a good one, everybody.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
You up for playing about 10:30